Well, Coach, any Florida resident will tell you that afternoon pop-up showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we have right now. Actually expecting a pretty steady rain throughout today here in Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerge from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First down, Winston. He finds an opening past the 40. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. On play action, Winston. And his first pass is incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second. And, right away, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And it won't be a pick six, but he will have his guys set up at the 2-yard line. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Raquel Armstead, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
44.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play. Winston to Evans, 49 yards.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Ready.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Jameis to throw it. He finds his target. It's Evans. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now Winston. It's complete. It's Miller. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Braxton Miller, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Foles. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. Now he'll let it go deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 55 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. On the jet sweep, here's Westbrook. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward, and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd and 12, Foles. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Foles. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The kick by Lambeau is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Second and 6 at the 25-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Now Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Here's Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Check. Check. Watch the eye. Check. Crunch.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. It's caught. It's Miller. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Third and short yardage, Winston. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Chris Godwin, the former Penn Stater, should see an increase in action and production in 2019 with Adam Humphries and Deshaun Jackson gone from the team. 842 yards in 2018, second only to Mike Evans on the Buccaneers.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Tiger. Right there.
On second and 12, Foles. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
And the Jaguars, first down. First down at the 45-yard line.
Motion, motion, motion. 45.
Deferring to Armstead on the draw. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Now Foles. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 42.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Going with Armstead, a first down carry. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler, 6 of the last 7 years in there to make the stop. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check my 45. Come to my work. Tiger. Come to my work.
2nd and 5. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Be alert, be alert. All day. Shoot. Purple 64.
Running it with Armstead. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Second and goal at the 1-yard line.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Hayden Cole. Here we go.
They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that will make this a 4-point game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up and down the field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On second down now, it's Jones. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Last stop. Last stop.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down. From the gun, Winston. The catch made by Miller. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
A gain of 12. First down.
Jameis now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Winston now. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. Oh, he sheds himself free. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. O.J. Howard. His second touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
A pass there complete to Westbrook. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Completes it to Lee. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Let's go, baby.
On second down, this is Jackson. And an alley to run. 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Hey, Kaden.
Now a toss to Armstead. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 16-yard line.
Whiting! I got you, boy.
On 2nd and 12, Foles. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Let's go!
45. Mike, 45. It's our time. It's our time.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Hey, you got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that. 45, 45, Mike.
2nd down and goal. Foles got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Josh Oliver with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and that will make this a 4-point game. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
At the 25-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Winston finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Winston. And that's complete. It's Allington. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. They'll throw again. Winston. And he's got Miller. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Telvin Smith, he was 3rd in the AFC in tackling a year ago, there to bring him down.
At the 31-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Jameis to throw it. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
Check. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
Play action now. Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston as they have taken the lead.
Winston's pass complete to Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We have been treated to great offense on both sides. The defense is on the other end of the spectrum. They're just searching for answers right now, aren't they?
And for most defenses, it's a very uncomfortable and in a lot of ways unfamiliar spot because points are going to be scored. But the way we're seeing them today, it's almost like there's no resistance. They've got to figure out how to slow these offenses down. Maybe someone on either side can make a big play and start to wreck and disrupt the timing that we're seeing.
As we get closer to halftime here. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
What we got? What we got? Here we go.
Foles. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
That's good for a Jacksonville.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Foles. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Now back to throw. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end, and it'll bring up third down.
Third down and 6 yards to go.
Let's go!
Check, 45 to Mike.
Silent. Here we go.
Back to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. Past the 20. There he goes, right side. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Foles now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's first and 10. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now Foles going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
Watch the out. Deeper.
Let's go.
Second and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lambeau will put this one through. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Now, after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off.
The Bucs take over first
Play
and
to
10
win.
at their own
Let's go.
25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Tempo, tempo, tempo. Mike, 34. Hey, defense, let's go.
From the gun, they go with Armstead. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Set the tone, defense, let's go. Yes. Hey, goal. Sound goal.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On second down, Armstead. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10.
Watch motion.
They'll look to throw here. And this is caught by Lee. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Lee, his 6th touchdown of the season. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
50's a must. Flip.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Winston. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are in the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Throwing. Winston. Caught. It's Ellington. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 17 yards on the pickup. And just like that, it's third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Here's Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you...
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Yannick Ngakoue able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's second down.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw, Winston. Jones has it. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Winston now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Winston now. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On third down, Winston. Open man has got one. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And what can they do here on second and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Now Jones. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be second and goal coming up. 1 back in the game. That's Jones, second and goal. Here's Winston, and he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. He'll look to throw. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. William Golston in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. Play action now, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. And some space here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Jameis now on 1st down. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Foles. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Winston and the Bucs. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Noah Spence, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Hey, Charlie.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Foles, room here to run. And Stewart lost the football. It's loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Foles. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
One.
They'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Check it back. Clean, come with me. Easy, easy, easy. Pop. Wait. 44. That's it. Mike, 44.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Let's go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Foles completes it to Lee. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine, and I hate that.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So that's the 4th time that they've tried to go for it on 4th down. They've only converted once, Charles.
And obviously not a good percentage. And if you're going to go for it on 4th down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up. You can't be stopped. Your momentum's going to keep going. But 1 for 4, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap to the defense. They've done a great job.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today, to try and get him over 100 yards.
That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. The 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Ready? Hey, stop.
Barber on 1st and 10. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been flat getting it done, 8 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And it's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of cover.
And now here is another interception. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. Keelan Cole, the intended target. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. On 3rd down, Winston. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays pays off. They get the first. Well, the fake punt gets only a yard, but that's enough to pick up the first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Easy. Switch. Let's go.
Now Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And the ball is knocked out, and the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch them.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And now off to the races down the right side.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Winston goes ahead, takes the knee, and that should be all she wrote.
Ready?
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they?